Welcome back to Sweeney's Breaking News Studio. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Louis Sweeney. I am a retired state trooper. Before I go forward, let me show you something that I had shown you before. I just want to re-emphasize the importance so you will understand what I am about to say on down the road, so to speak. Do you remember this? This is a picture of our symbol of justice. If you notice, the scales are not equal, which means there is no equal justice. Notice the blindfold has a hole in it, meaning our system of justice can see whom she wants to see and help. That is so important to understand. Let me ask a few questions. Is the definition of a crime? Crime is an action or a mission that constitutes an offense that may be prosecuted by the state and is punishable by the law. What does misdemeanor mean? A misdemeanor is a minor wrongdoing. It is a less serious crime with a maximum penalty of 1 year or less. I'm asking these questions for a particular reason. What is a felony? A felony is a crime, typically one involving violence, that can result in a prison sentence of 1 year or longer. What are some examples of a felony? One would be property damage, grand theft, arson, sexual assault, drug and human trafficking. Having a felony, can you work for the government? You cannot. These are a few jobs that a person cannot have if that person has a felony. That person cannot practice law, cannot be involved in law enforcement, cannot work for the government, including the military, and cannot run for an elected office. I believe you know where I'm headed with this. What is an oath? An oath is intended to ensure that you will tell the truth in giving testimony and be true in your words. That goes for any government position that requires an oath to be taken. That also includes, if you are a government employee, report any violations of policy, procedures, rules, regulations, and the law. If you do not do so, you will be violating your policy, your oath. You can be terminated, imprisoned, and or both, because you who has sworn that oath were required by that oath to report it. And if you you have not reported it, that means you are just as guilty, which is somewhat like an accessory. You do not have to commit the crime personally. By having knowledge of that crime, even though you hadn't participated in that crime, the results of that crime would include you in a court of law where there is equal justice. Every human being in the United States are required to obey the laws of each individual state. And if you do not do so, that person would be subjected to being detained, jailed, and or imprisoned if that person was found to be guilty in a court of law. Now, granted, there have been many cases that innocent people have been convicted of crimes that they did not commit. And as a result of the injustice, whether it may be because of one's status, position, color, or religion, which was a causing factor of that person not getting equal justice. I believe you know where I am heading with this. Until the next time, stay tuned. I'll be back.